Welcome back, everybody. So today I'm gonna try and recreate a makeup look that I did a few weeks ago, and I got a lot of compliments on it. And so I'm sitting down today to try to recreate that eye makeup look and just playing around with makeup, really. I'm showing you some new stuff that I got in, and yeah, just things that I'm excited about. So if you like this finished look, just keep watching and I'll show you what I did. All right, welcome back, everybody. So first off, we are going to, I gotta clip up my hair, clip up my bangs, get them out of the way. I did this look a few months ago, just playing around with eyeliners and, eye pencils. One sec. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna start with my base, which is my concealer. This exact one I've been using for years. This is I think it's number 6. It's Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. And I have backups of it, but I haven't finished this one yet, so I haven't found a reason to get rid of it. So I'm just gonna try and use it up until it's like completely out, and then move on. Oh my gosh, okay, so Sigma, do you remember Sigma? Sigma Beauty is a makeup brush brand, and they make kind of like, I guess, cheaper alternatives to MAC makeup brushes. And I remember when I first started out on YouTube, people were reviewing Sigma brushes as a dupe for MAC brushes all the time. So I had this brush, this Sigma F80 brush, the flat kabuki, and I adored it. And I think I ended up maybe giving it away to my sister or something like that, because I don't know, like down the line, years down the line, I started getting more and more brushes, and I didn't find a use for this one. For whatever reason, I got rid of it. Anyway, they sent me a bunch of brushes, or just a couple brushes actually, a couple days ago, and it was like a flood of memories, because I used to love this brush and I totally forgot about it. Right away I was like, wow, why did I ever get rid of this? Because this is such a nice, like, look how well it blends. This is fantastic. So yeah, it's back in my life now. It's back in my rotation. What I've been doing is applying concealer on and then using another dense brush to kind of just blend everything in, but I don't think I need to do that anymore, so I can set this aside. I washed all my brushes yesterday, first thing in the morning, right after I used them all, and oh man, I love the feeling of fresh brushes. Like, everything just applies so nicely, nothing's clumpy. Yeah, they also sent me this one right here, which is the 3D HD, so it's kind of like the flat top kabuki, but it's more angled. Yeah, pretty cool. Next, I'm gonna add some highlighter in. This is from Urban Decay also. It's the Face Bond Luminizer in Space Cowboy. I just use a little bit of it. People are like drawing lines all over their face and then blending it in, but I like to just kind of lay down a little bit and blend it in, because it is luminous and it is kind of glittery, but they do have two finishes. This is more of the luminous finish. The other one's meant to be more glittery, but it's not what my like natural, God, what do you call it? My natural highlight would be, you know? Where a natural highlight, it's more like almost like a grease glow. This is a little bit extra, so I don't want to add too much. But the dry down is like more of a satin finish, which is really nice. So yeah, this is the Space Cowboy shade. The blush that I've been wearing is from Glow Recipe. This is the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewy Flush, and yeah, this is Watermelon Flush, and it's meant to be skincare above makeup. So I'm just gonna add that in right on top. Because I'm going a little bit more bold on the eyes, I don't want to go too much everywhere else, so I'm gonna keep the skin pretty like natural looking. To kind of just set this in place, I'm gonna use my Lancome bronzer in the color 4 Medium. I love this bronzer. It's like a matte bronzer. It has a little hint of red in it. I like to use it on my eyes sometimes too. Right on top to seal in the blush. maybe dust it across right here too. Let's put some lip moisturizer on before I forget. This one is from Necessaire. I just got this maybe about a month ago, and it's been my primary lip moisturizer. It's deeply penetrating, like deeply moisturizing. And I love the metal tip. I'm gonna move on to the brows. That's my least favorite part, always. I'm using the Precisely My Brow pencil from Benefit. I've been using this for a while now. I remember when I was in high school, the Benefit brow counter at South Coast Plaza was so aggressive. Like the girls there, I think they worked on commission and they were under a lot of pressure or something, but like they were so aggressive with their approach. Like I remember every time I walked by the counter, like whoever I was with, I was just like, yeah, you just have to walk straight through because they're gonna like peer pressure you into buying stuff. And then sure enough, they stopped my friend and I'm like, no, you have to keep walking, just like don't make eye contact. And she was like, no, but they're being like so nice. And then she pulled over. I'm like, no, it's not. It's one thing to be nice, but like it's more kind to be like, hey, I can't buy any of this, and then not waste their time than to stop and get a service and then have them wonder why you didn't stop them in the first place if you can't buy anything, you know? But I remember like she spent so long going through my friend's makeup routine, her brows and everything, and then like pulling everything aside and just being like, oh, so do you like this? Do you like this? And then setting everything aside and then finally being like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna bring you all up for all of this stuff. And then my friend's like, oh, I can't afford any of this. And then the sales associate was like, well, do you have like your dad's credit card or something? And I'm like, are you serious? We were both like just totally baffled. But yeah, that's how aggressive it was. They knew their audience too, so they always stopped teenage girls and like maybe college girls too. And yeah, I heard that their return rate was wild because I knew someone who tried to return something at a different store, like a different location, like Fashion Eyeliner or something. And they're like, oh no, we don't take returns from South Coast Plaza because they need to get their management to change or whatever. And it was pretty intense. But yeah, so I always have that vision of Benefit whenever I think of this brand. But when I was in high school, Benefit was it seemed like a more like kitsch brand, like almost like Mad Men. And their products were just so fun, and they came out with these catalogs that have a little like kitten on them, and all their products were like very whimsical, and something happened with the branding down the line. But now now I think it's still very cute, but it's not where it was back in the day. And I think they had like body powders, like a little puff where you put shimmer on your body, and perfumes. Yeah, they had some really cute packaging back in the day, and that was like, we're gonna move on to eyes. So I've been using these Laura Mercier eye pencils for a while, and the one that I used on that day was the color Amethyst. I've had these for quite some time, so they're a little bit on the dry side, so I just need to like swatch it on my hand. But Amethyst is kind of a grayish, purpley, sparkly shade, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is put this all over my eye in a really messy way. If you get them brand new, they spread out a lot easier than this, but this one is a couple years old and it's starting to dry out, but I still really like it. So yeah, you could also use a paintbrush, or not a paintbrush, an eyeshadow brush to pick up some of the product on the tip and just blend it out onto your lid. Oh my gosh, when I started using these, I think it was like 2018. I don't think it's the same exact pencil that I'm holding up, but when I first started using this, I would layer this and the color Rush together all the time, which is a very sparkly, or actually I still have it here, so let me pull it out. Rush is probably my favorite color of these pencils. It's this really sparkly metallic shift that's underneath right here. But on top of, so this is Amethyst right here, when you put it right on top, right here, it just looks so, I don't know. It's something else. It's something I've never seen before, and I think it's so beautiful. So yeah, if you put that right on top, that's the most beautiful combination in my opinion, and that's what I did for so long, to the point where I had to repurchase these two colors because I used it so much. Okay, a little bit under the eye right there. So once it sets, it just stays and it doesn't really smudge or anything. It doesn't irritate my eyes. My eyes have been, I don't know, they get so easily irritated these days. Oh, I got this brush also from Sigma. This is the only eyeshadow brush that they sent, but it's the E25. I think they sent all their best hits. I think it's supposed to be a dupe for one of the MAC blending eyeshadows that were like super famous, where like a bunch of makeup artists and people on YouTube would have multiples of them for concealers, blend out other things, but I'm gonna use it with a little bit of bronzer right here. And then just kind of blend out the crease of my eye. I remember when MAC made it, this eyeshadow brush, they made it with a natural fiber before, or natural hairs, and then somewhere down the line they switched to synthetic, and I think a lot of people turned on them when that happened. So maybe they have both options now, but yeah, I remember when that shift happened, I was like, ooh, interesting. Because I do like the synthetic hairs better. I feel like synthetic hairs blend a little bit better. But I guess if you're so used to something, if you're like a makeup artist or an artist in general, and you're so used to using one tool and then they change it to a different material completely, I guess you would get upset about that because of your muscle memory, right? So that makes sense. The Urban Decay 24/7 in Perversion. Oh, they also sent me a sharpener, and they have the best sharpener. For real, like, they have the absolutely best sharpener out there. I haven't used one this nice in years, and I've been using one from Glossier for the last couple of years, and I feel like it just eats away at my pencils. Anyway, if you have a watery waterline, then go ahead and use a Q-tip to dry it up. But my eyes have been really dry lately, so I'm just gonna go directly in. The cool thing is that once this sets, it sets. So just give it some time, like don't blink too much because sometimes it will transfer and then go further down. The cool thing is that with the Laura Mercier crayons, these things, because I added that to the bottom of my eyes, it won't push the product down as much, but it still will, you know, so you just have to be really patient. So for the top, what I like to do is just take a little bit and put it right on the outside. Just the outer flick right there. While it's still pretty wet, use an angled brush and just diffuse it on the inner part, but then also drag it. So it creates a little bit of a wing without having to use a liquid liner. And because it's this 24/7 super stay pencil basically, it'll just stay like that once it's set. I think I worked a little bit too slowly, so I'm gonna add a little bit of the eyeliner back on to the tip of the brush and then rework it. I just got this mascara from Lancome. It's the Flutter Extension Mascara. And the way that it came in PR was that it came in a giant mascara box, and then you take the box off and it's a giant mascara on the inside. And the packaging was so fun that I ended up keeping it. I have no idea what to do with it, but it's just such a funny packaging design. This mascara I really like because it does have this nice silicone brush and it doesn't smudge on me. I don't wear mascara every day, and they say that you should toss your mascara every 3 to 4 months, but I wear it maybe once a week. So what are the rules on that? Do you still have to toss it every 3 to 4 months? I end up doing it just because I do get a rotation in pretty quickly from PR and stuff, but if I didn't, what do you do? Like, do you keep it for longer? And it's the same with like contacts. Like, I wear contacts on a day-to-day basis, but recently I've been wearing it maybe half the time. So does that mean that I get to keep them for longer, or is it just as soon as you open it, it's 3 months? Yeah, that's teeny tiny, but it says 6 months here when you open it. So yeah, I guess I just answered my own question. This is the Kosas Cloud Set Translucent Loose Setting Blurring Powder. And if you have any like fine lines or texture, it just completely seals everything. I'm gonna take you in closer so that you can take a look. So you can see like a little bit of texture right here, and then also like a little bit of fine lines right here, which is totally fine. But if I wanted to hide it, I'm just gonna take the powder and look. It just instantly disappears, but it doesn't remove the luminosity of my skin. It just, yeah, I'm so impressed by it. And same with the forehead. It just kind of diffuses everything, you know? So yeah, it's pretty exciting to me. Ever since getting the Sigma brushes a couple days ago, I've just been like in this nostalgic kick, watching really old makeup videos and makeup reviews and comparison videos, and yeah, it's been a journey, you know. I've been on YouTube for the last 17 years. So this one just came in from Clarins. It's the Lip Comfort Oil, and it's in the color Iconic Red. And these are very sheer. Like, I've had this one for a couple years now, or maybe a year now. I'm only down to like half the tube. I love the smell of this. Every time I open it up, whoever I'm with is like, did you just open a bag of candy? It just smells so good. And then I also got this, which is, I think, YSL's answer to the Clarins Lip Comfort Oil. But this is the YSL Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss. It looks very purpley and sparkly, but it's actually just very translucent and sparkly, so it's a good topping color. It looks almost the same in packaging. The YSL one is a little bit shorter. However, they have the exact amount of product. This one also smells really good too. If you have any of their other lip products, it's the same type of scent all the way across the board. It's just a sheer gloss with some glitter in it, and the glitter doesn't really feel gritty or anything like that. I use a little toothbrush it's like a boar bristle toothbrush to kind of lay my hair down, because I have a lot of baby hairs. I think I want to make the bottom a little bit smokier, so I'm going to go and take a little brush like this and then use the color Khaki. This might have been what I did when I was getting a lot of compliments on my eye makeup look, so let's try it out. I'm just going to smudge it across. Okay, yeah, that looks more like it. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit more close to it. So yeah, this is the makeup look, as close to the eye look that I can get. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.